If your business can't move forward without you or your senior managers making every decision, the problem probably isn't workload, it's delegation. And that distinction matters more than most business owners realize. So here's a direct answer. When you don't delegate, the business can only grow as far as someone can personally execute. And that's the structural ceiling. Every hour spent on a task someone else could do with clear instructions is an hour you're not spending on work only you can do. Pricing strategy, key client relationships, decisions that shape the direction of the business, those things stall while you're handling operational work beneath you. Think of it this way. If you're a consultant running a small team and you're still writing every proposal, chasing every invoice, and booking every meeting, you haven't built a business, you've just built a job with many steps. The business isn't scaling, you're just running faster. Most owners know this, so why don't they delegate? The common assumption is cash flow. You tell yourself you'll delegate when revenue is more stable, or once you can afford the right person, or when things settle down. But that logic is inverted. Delegation can help create the capacity that generates better cash flow. Waiting for comfort first often means it never arrives. The real barrier here is usually personal. Research consistently points to trust as the core issue. Owners don't yet trust that someone else will produce an output to the standard they expect. And of course, that's not irrational, but it is a habit, not a fact. And the data backs this up. Around 77% of businesses report struggling with delegation. Separately, roughly 47% of UK SME owners say they take full personal responsibility for new business development. That's not a resource problem, that's a letting go problem. But that said, delegation does fail. And it's worth being honest about why, so you don't write it off after one bad experience. There are 3 common failure points: unclear instructions, delegating the wrong task first, and no feedback loop. If someone doesn't know what a good output looks like, they can't produce one. If you hand off a high-stakes client before you've built any trust in the process, you're setting up to go wrong. The fix here isn't to delegate everything at once. It's to start small, be specific, and build the process before you need it urgently. So here's a decision rule. Look at your week. Find one recurring task that takes you 2 to 5 hours and requires no unique judgment from you. Something repeatable, documentable, and not client-facing at a strategic level. It could be inbox management, scheduling, reporting, data entry, social media scheduling. Pick one, now delegate it before cash flow feels comfortable enough to justify it. Because if you wait for comfortable, you'll probably wait indefinitely. Delegating 5 to 10 hours of work per week doesn't require a large team or a significant budget. It requires a clear brief and the willingness to accept that someone else's version of the task might be 80% as good as yours. And that 80% frees you to do the work that actually moves the business. The structural ceiling lifts when you act, not when the conditions improve. If that was of value, subscribe to the channel for one real business question answered every video. For the same clarity in writing, the website and newsletter is 5minutebusiness.com.